3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this Wednesday installment of We Talk. I'm Yolanda Nell, and I hope you have a cup of joe or steaming hot chocolate or something to keep you warm, because this chill is just the worst. Please stay tuned for today's interview as we are talking wine. But next up, we have the news. Reports that Zimbabwean investors are ready to sign on the dotted line to acquire the Grove Mall in Windhoek is unjust. According to JP Duncan of the Grove Mall management, all the information published in a Zimbabwean report last week is devoid of truth. However, he confirmed that there are talks, but those talks are only in the beginning phase. He added that as soon as these talks become more concrete, all relevant stakeholders, including mall tenants, will be informed. This was reiterated by Armand Boshoff, chief executive of Atterbury, who currently owns the mall. He said they were approached by a possible investor and they sent through their information sheet to them that is publicly available on their website as well. The Herald in Zimbabwe published that various financial institutions are in the process of brokering a massive 1.8 billion Namibian dollar deal involving the acquisition of the Grove. According to Boshoff, they had no formal in-person meeting where any of these information has been discussed, nothing on how much they are interested in acquiring or at what price. The Herald reported that the two institutions involved are Stratus Capital Partners, an asset management firm, and Bart Sandner Markets, a newly established Harare-based financial advisory and asset management company. According to Duncan, he could not confirm if these institutions are in fact who the mall's parent company is in talks with. A spokesperson of Bart Sandner Markets told Namibia Media Holdings that they currently have no official comment on the deal. Boshoff said Stratus reached out to them, stating that they want to invest in SADC and wanted more information on the Grove. According to him, they are the proud owners of the Grove and Dunes Mall in Walvis Bay, and they are committed to their 30 employees currently working for them in Namibia. According to a current tenant who wishes to remain anonymous, should the mall be sold, they feel there should be no impact on their business if the new owners keep everything as is. Their rental and lease agreements and budgets were based on their business plans, and they signed contracts for a 5-year period. If no changes are made, then there will be no issues. If changes are made, especially to the rental agreements, it may be considered a breach of contract. The Grove Mall was co-developed by Safland and Atterbury and opened in October of 2014. In 2018, Atterbury announced that they took over the total shareholding of the mall. A year later, a name change from the Grove Mall of Namibia to simply the Grove was announced. The Namibian police arrested suspects, of which one is reported to be a chef in Windhoek, and Katima Mulilu, who were found selling various types of cookies, which through forensic analysis were confirmed to contain a component of cannabis. These cookies are reportedly sold to children on the streets now during school holidays. Parents are urged to caution, deter and educate the children frequently on overall danger of drugs, as well as the cookies that are now sold on the streets across the country. Parents are further encouraged to report any suspicious dealings taking place anywhere. In another case, a school teacher was arrested yesterday in Rehoboth after a police intelligence-led operation. She was found in possession of 2,417 Mandrax tablets with an estimated value of 290,000 Namibian dollars.
Today I am joined with Paula and we are talking wine. Paula, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to talk to you.
It's such a big pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Quickly tell us, what is your wine business all about?
So the wine business is actually a side hustle. I'm a full-time baker and chef and have my own coffee shop in Swakop. So the wine is just on the side, but it's a grown-up present. I feel that we always buy presents for our children and we never surprise ourselves or spoil ourselves. So that's where this came from.
And how exactly does it work to order yourself a box of wine?
It's a monthly wine box, mystery. So you don't have to pay each month, or you don't have to be subscribed every month. You can come and go, because some people don't drink as much wine, but they do want a good wine, so they only opt in for every second month. Or people tell me, we are out of the country, contact me again in 2 months. So it's every month. So it's a monthly mystery wine box, which you can opt in for whenever you want to, what suits your budget, because I guess budget is a big thing these days with everything increasing, and it gives you the opportunity to be flexible because you don't have to commit monthly.
Great. And how many bottles of wine is there in a month in one box?
So it's a box of 6 wines, 2 white and 4 red, as I feel that we tend to drink more red wines than white wines. For the box of 6, I do tasting notes for each bottle of wine that's in the box. So I do spend quite some time researching the wine and communicating with the sommelier in South Africa, with whom helped me draw up the list. And then I write one recipe for one bottle of wine in the box, so that it's almost like a food and wine pairing experience that you have at home. So it's very personal. I spend a lot of time designing the box, connecting everything with the tastes and the recipes, and to make sure that people do enjoy what they receive.
You are based in Swakopmund. Can people outside of Swakop also make use of these boxes?
Yes, it happened that the past 3 boxes that went out, either my parents were in Swakop, so they took some of the boxes to Windhoek, or I did courier a few, or I went to Windhoek and I took some of the boxes along, but it's available all over the country. And I try to help where I can with lifts and things. Otherwise, the courier is on the customer, but it is able to be couriered all over, yes.
How do you decide on which wines to put in the boxes?
So I work with a sommelier and Namibian in Cape Town. Her name is Janine van Zyl. She and we sat together, we decided on a price range, obviously, of wines. So it's not your entry-level wines, but it's also not the most expensive wines out there. And it's but it tends to be lighter, easy drinking wines in the summer. Now that we are in the middle of winter, it's a little bit more full-bodied wines that I like to put in my winter boxes. And with her knowledge, And then together with my food knowledge, we decided what bottles to put in what box.
And what is the feedback from the customers when they open their boxes, not knowing what the wines for the month would be?
If you like a surprise, it's fun. I really have great feedback from people that said that they want to subscribe monthly just because of the wines being so special and the thought and the attention to details that are put into each box. And not knowing what wines you're going to get makes it a bigger anticipation of opening this. Just for you don't judge the wines before you get them, because we all have this preconceived idea of what wines, or in general in life, what is good and what is bad. So if you've decided that this winery you don't like, and now I put it in my box, it might stop you from ordering this wine's box or this month's box. So if you don't know you have this wine now, so you're in any case going to drink it, and it might be the best one you've tasted. So it's that's where the mysteriousness came in, and why I decided to keep it a mystery, is so that we explore more of the unknown and the more of the less popular wineries, or a little different name or variety or blend, instead of just going the usual route where we walk into a shop and we always take what we know, because we're so afraid of tasting different.
This would be good for surprising someone on their birthday as well.
Yes, I have a customer that told her husband that she's gonna not give him something on his birthday, but every month he's gonna get a birthday present in the form of a wine box, because he loves his wine. So I think it's a very special birthday gift, especially if there's somebody that do enjoy a good wine and enjoy the quality and the make and the experience of having a good bottle of wine.
Can you quickly tell us, how does the ordering process work? What is the cutoff time every month? And then at what date do you get your box?
So I try to push it as far as possible, because I know that people are paid at the end of the month, and my boxes only go out at the end of the month. So you can't get a box in the middle of the month, because it just, as I mentioned, it's my side hustle. So it just keeps all my admin easier. I try to make the cut off the 24th, so that I can order my wine, so that I can have it, so that I can still do my tasting notes and my recipe in time, my packaging, as each bottle of wine is individually packaged and wrapped as well, for it to be ready at the end of the month, so that should it be shipped or couriered to other towns, that it's at least there by the first or the second, depending on how far. So yes, the 24th of each month is then the cut-off. Order is confirmed upon payment, and then I try to get them out the 30th or the 31st.
Paula, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me, and good luck with getting these boxes out for June.
Thank you so very much, and I appreciate that you reached out to me.
For today's recommendation, we are headed back into my kitchen, and I am making a baked camembert bread with biltong and avo. It did not work out the way I wanted to, but now I can tell you exactly how to avoid all those challenges. So for this recipe, you will need a big round loaf of bread, uncut, and a block of camembert, avos, and biltong if you prefer. So simply just measure out how big the block of cheese is, and then all you're going to do is you are going to hollow that out. I ran into a couple of problems when making this bread. So you can bake this bread at 180 degrees Celsius for about 20 to 25 minutes. I will recommend that you cover it up with foil. The recipe said that I don't need it, but I will strongly recommend you do that. Then fill the bottom with biltong. I got the tastiest smoked biltong at the barista butcher or butchers in Prosperita, and it is absolutely to die for. Then simply pop in your camembert cheese and put that in the oven, like I said, for 20 to 25 minutes, but do cover it in foil. And then what you will have is you will have a nice gooey, cheesy bread with biltong. Because I didn't cover my bread, my crust was very hard, so it was difficult to cut through, but just slice up an avo and serve. This is good for something nice to eat while you are having a braai. Have fun! For today's life hack, please don't throw away your coffee grounds, as in this cold weather, this will be good food for your plants, and I hope they survive. Next up, Jeanette Diergaard for your Flex Minute.
I'm gonna take you on a ride. We're gonna burn through the night. Why you're so salty? I'll still take a bite.
Hi everyone and welcome back to Flex Minutes. I'm Jeanette Diergaard, and now today, if you want to get rid of those, if you want a thigh gap and you want to get rid of those fat with between your inner thighs, then don't worry, I got your back. So what we're going to do is that we're going to do some inner thigh workouts. Now if you didn't know sumo squats, it's a perfect way to work on your thigh muscles. So that's why it's great to just point out your toes and to go down, and you can work those inner thigh muscles and get it all worked. And obviously you're also working on those glutes, so well done to you. And then what we can also do is some clamshells. Now I know that sounds a bit fishy and oceany, but what you can do here is what you want to do: lift up that leg, lift up your hip on the side and do some clamshells. So there you're working on your abductors, you're working on your inner thighs, and you're also getting an oblique stretch, an oblique workout out of that. But guys, that brings me to the end of today's Flex Minute. I hope I will see you all next time again.
Bookings for Namibia Tourism Expo 2022 are open. The expo will take place from 3 to 5 November 2022 in Windhoek. To secure your booking, visit nte.nmh.com.na, and for more information on the expo, follow all Namibia Media Holdings platforms. The expo is supported by the Ministry of Environment, Tourism and Forestry, Namibia Tourism Board, FENATA, City of Windhoek, and Namibia Media Holdings. Namibia Tourism Expo, taking tourism to the regions.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me for today's interview. If you want to get a box of wine for your loved ones or for yourself, then get ordering because it is almost closing for this month. We will be back again tomorrow, same place, same time. See you there.
Bedroom of my little home in the eastern suburbs of the city dome, where our demons run amok and we got home. Distaste for alcohol and such. Fear and scorn, or wrath of any woman, cause broken bones and missing artifacts from the nightclubs we own, and often rent to others who search for some reason for undercover love. You are my arbitrary love affair and adversary. You are my comfort in the night when all my friends have died. You are my arbitrary love affair and adversary. You are my helping hand. You are my concubine. From house flat lit to find a broken phone, so we don't have to call our folks, cause we're not old enough to own a landline, and we don't know if we can pay our rent this month. But I don't yet wish to find the time for peace of mind, and I don't yet think that I can lie. Let the world know I'm alright. You are my arbitrary love affair and adversary. You are my comfort in the night when all my friends have died. You are my arbitrary love affair and adversary. You are my helping hand. You are my concubine. Arbitrary love affair and adversary. You are my arbitrary love affair and adversary. You are my arbitrary love affair and adversary. You are my comfort in the night when all my friends have died. You are my arbitrary love affair and adversary. You are my helping hand. You are my concubine. Affair and adversary. You are my comfort in the night when all my friends have died. You are my arbitrary love affair and adversary. You are my helping hand. You are my concubine. Thank you very much.